I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, the Sangha. By my accumulations of practice of giving and so forth, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. By my accumulations of practice of giving and so forth, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. By my accumulations of practice of giving and so forth, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. Sangye Joda Zoge Jonam La Chanjo Bardo Dani Kyapsuch Dage Jinso Kebe Tsonam Ke Jola Pengi Sangye Jubarai Shu Sangye Joda Zoge Jonam La Chanjo Bardo Dani Kyapsuch Dage Jinso Kebe Tsonam Kula Penjire Sangye Jubaran Sho Sangye Joda Soge Chonam Kyanjo Bardo Dane Gyaksu Che Dage Chinso Kebe Sonam Kula Penjire Sangye Jubaran Sho. Independent origination, there is no ceasing, no arising, no annihilation, no permanence, no coming, no going. No separateness and no sameness. I prostrate to the consummate Buddha, the supreme among all teachers, the one who taught this peace, which is free of elaborations. I prostrate to the mothers and the hearers, the Bodhisattvas and the Buddhas, who wish through the knowledge of all these hearing, seeking pacification, complete peace, wish through the knowledge of past causes those helping my greatest achieve the end to the world, and through the possession of which helps subdue a sixth part of varieties of teachings. The one who has transformed into the reliable guide, motivated by altruism to benefit sentient beings, the teachers who guard and protect her to your make persuasions, the one who has eliminated the web of conceptualizations and is endowed with the divine bodies of the vast and the profound, who eternally shines forth the forever noble light rays, to you the Buddha make persuasions. Inspired by wisdom and compassion, today in the Buddha's presence, I gem the amount of full awakening for the benefit of all sentient beings. Om ye dharma hetu prabhavam hetum te sham datha gato yavatat te sham chayo evam vati mahashramanaye svaha. Om ye dharma hetu prabhavam hetum te sham datha gato yavatat te sham chayo nirodha evam vati mahashramanaye svaha. Om ye dharma hetu prabhavam hetum te sham datha gato yavatat te sham chayo nirodha evam vati mahashramanaye svaha. All phenomena arise from causes. The causes are taught by the Tathagata, the cessation causes as well as taught by the great seer. Profound, peaceful, elaboration-free, clear light and non-composite, such as the nectar and Dharma I have discovered. Finding no one who can fathom this teaching in silence or eternal words. Pure utterance, thought and expression is the professional wisdom, which is unborn, unseen, and has the nature of space. Its object of apprehension is self-realized wisdom. To you, the mother of the Buddhas of the 3 times obeisance. All composite things impermanent, all contaminated things are the nature of suffering. All phenomena are the nature of emptiness and selflessness. Transcending sorrow is peace. The Guru is the Buddha, the Guru is the Dharma, likewise the Guru is the Sangha. The Guru is also everything wholesome. I go for refuge in the Guru. By the sound of the vibrant drum of Dharma, you liberate all beings from miseries. I beseech you to kindly remain and give teachings until the end of the expanse of billions of eons. The Buddha does not watch the negativities of beings, nor does he remove their miseries by his hands. His spiritual realizations are not transferred to them. It is by teaching the truth of suchness that the beings are liberated. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all directions to shine the light of Dharma, for all bewildered miseries glow. If you are attached to this life, you are not a spiritual practitioner. If you are attached to samsara, you have no renunciation. If you are attached to your own self-interest, you have no bodhicitta. If there is grasping, you do not have the view. Okay, today we'll read the Recognizing Mother. Where is this text? Recognizing Mother. Which page number? Recognize the Mother. 193. 182. Okay, 182. 182. This is page 182. 182. Okay, Recognize the Mother. This is composed by incredibly great a great scholar, plus an incredibly greatly enlightened master, the most venerable Dorji, and he composed this when he was, of course, he was a Tibetan, and he went to China for pilgrimage in Bodhicitta. Bodhicitta is the mountainous place where which is considered as a sacred place related to Arya Manjushri. And he composed this extemporaneously, meaning randomly just composed this without any the proper thoughts and so forth, as expression of his spiritual realizations on emptiness. And what we need to keep in mind is that the emptiness which existed, you and your emptiness, the emptiness of the universe existed way before the Buddha Shakyamuni became enlightened. It existed. When the object exists, the emptiness of the object also exists, coexists. The two truths always together. The Buddha discovered it. Likewise, if we discover this emptiness, we will also be liberated. And yet, failing to discover this, we suffer. This is reality. And the author here, he gives the metaphor of the mother for this emptiness. Mother who is so loving, caring, who is the ultimate safe haven for the small child. And the emptiness, wisdom of emptiness, is the safe haven for us to be liberated from samsara, and to the ultimate, the fearlessness and infinite happiness. So the mother is given the wisdom of emptiness is given the emptiness per se is given the metaphor of the mother, and the failing to meet with the mother, you continue to suffer. You meet with the mother, your problems are solved. So and yet the mother is always with you. This emptiness is always with you. Only thing is that our ignorance separates us from seeing from seeing the emptiness, seeing the mother, meeting with the mother. And it says that the dependent origination is given the metaphor of the brother. The brother. So the brother helps you to identify your mother. Dependent origination helps you to identify emptiness. And then the emptiness and the emptiness, ultimate truth, conventional truth, these are two sides of the same coin. So conventional truth is given the metaphor of the father. The father and mother always together. Therefore, this is how we are being raised. We're being raised, we're being taken care of. So the true truths are always there. If you know the true truths are always there with us, seeing the emptiness, your negative emotions will subside. Seeing the conventional truth or the dependent origination, the conventional truth, you can see the functionality of the world, thereby your compassion, all the good qualities will grow. So by seeing that the two sides, emptiness and dependent origin, these are two sides of the same coin, the two truths, the two parents, and then who introduces you to the mother, emptiness, is your brother, dependent origination. So this is so beautifully explained there. And particularly identifiable object negation. Identifiable object negation, the author is very particular that if you fail to identify object negation, you will never see your mother. What is mother? Emptiness. And then he identifies, some people who from different traditions, including, so he is actually from the Gelug tradition, but he identifies the various traditions, including Gelug tradition, where some people, they identify object negation wrong. They mistake in identifying object negation from all different traditions, and he is trying to rectify them, not denigrating the whole system, but the fixing the mistaken reflections or the mistaken understanding of the object negation by some of the people who follow different traditions, including from all traditions, including the past Indian, some of the Indian masters also, he identified them. And it's not to say that my tradition is best, your tradition is worse. This is not the case. It's about we too identify object negation well, if you really want to, and get to the mother, which is the emptiness. Okay, with this mind, let's read this together. Recognize the mother, a song on the experience of the middle way by Changyarubit Dorji. Emaho, he who reveals in bear the wonder of profound dependent arising nature. O my Guru, your kindness is indeed boundless. Kindly reside in my heart as I utter these extemporaneous words from the thoughts flashing in my mind. This hapless child who lost his mother, old mother for so long ago, is about to realize coincidentally that he has not recognized that she has been with him all along. She is perhaps the one that is and is not. As told to me quietly by my brother, the dependent arising, the diverse subject-object duality is my mother's benign smile. This cycle of birth, death are his deceptive words. O my undeceiving mother, you have betrayed me. So I hope to be saved by my brother, the dependent arising. Yet it is ultimately through your kindness alone, O mother, that I can hope to be freed. If subject-object duality as they seem to be, then not even the Buddhas of all three times can save me. But this diversity changes is in reality my unchanging mother's expression. Hence there is indeed a way out. Things not established objectively is the inexpressible mother. Mutual dependency is the play of deception. Just merely this is how we should understand. Not finding the father when sought is in fact the finding the mother. And the father is found on the mother's lap. That is how the two parents saved me, the child untold. It seems that my brother's mirror reflects the undressed face of my mother, which is neither one nor multiple, yet a helpless one like me had no idea of it. Based on the instructions sent through wind by Nagarjuna and Chandrakirti, which Manjushri Karma has sent a bird to pass it on to us, averse the hardships of a long and tiring search. Hence I hope to see the accompanying old mother. There seem to be amongst today's scholars those who, being caught in the web of terms, thoroughly withstanding true existence, etc., seek only something with horns to be negated while leaving intact this solid appearance. But on my mother's unveiled face, such vivid duality is not found, I believe. Through excessive discussion of the mark, my old mother is likely to run away. Things exist, though not in this mode of chaos and contradictions. For the inseparable bond of our loving parents seems that the harmony of and tenderness. By Bodhicitta, Sautrantika, Vaishnavadin, and the three Eastern masters, though they label their mothers with names so divergent, limestone-like white elephant, marked with beaming tiger stripes in the form of physical matter, a foolish lunatic monkey, an intrinsic subject, a ferocious bear, the inherency devoid of duality, yet they all lost their old mother. Likewise, many scholars and meditators amid Sakya, Nyingma, Kagyu, Drukpa pride themselves in diverse terminologies, self-awareness of non-subject emptiness and clarity, primordial purity and spontaneity, the true face of Samadhavatra, Mahamudra, the unfabricated innate mind, neither a mere absence of any thesis. It is all well if the target is hit, but I wonder what you're all pointing at. As external matter is not dismantled, Vaibhashika, worry not and be pleased. Though witness self-cognizance, though without self-cognizance, cognition and cognize are tenable, all which none evadens, oh be pleased. Though without intrinsic nature, dependent relation starkly remains, be pleased too, the three Eastern masters. As clarity and emptiness can be held as uncontradictory, upholders of pupil instructions hold doubts no more. Though primordially pure, good and bad are feasible, the knowledge bearers need no clinging to purity. Though one meditates through contrivance, the innate dawns, the elderly meditators need no insistence. As the absence of elaboration of existence and non-existence can be accepted, the stubborn logicians need not fret. All this occurred perhaps due to unfamiliarity with the standard conventions. For those lacking extensively study, it is not that I have no respect for you, please pardon if offended. Though I am not an all-knower, yet have expertise in the ways of riding the well-bred horse of my ancestors' works. Through an enduring, persistent exertion, I hope to get over the impossible cliff. No search is required for the seeker it is. Never grasp is true, for it is false. Yet this falsity should not be dispelled, for it is real. Well deserved is the respite, the freedom from the extreme of eternalism and nihilism. Coveted experience of directly seeing the mother, I feel as though I'm seeing right in front of me the kind parents lost for so long. Great indeed is the kindness of Nagarjuna and his disciples. Great indeed is the kindness of Venerable Lobsang Tauba. Great indeed is my Guru's kindness. In return, I revere the mother. By the joyous celebrations of all noble deeds, through the meeting of the young child of awareness with this unproduced and inexpressible old mother, may all mother sentient beings be led to the lasting joy. I roll be Dorji, performed here at this joy, a dance of ecstatic joy to please the three jewels. Okay, just for information, these materials should be available there. And what we suggest is that of course, this one, now the master's course is not for the people who did not do any of the Nalanda studies, like the diploma course, the certificate course, and the earlier Nalanda master's course. But still, you can take this and then see what are the topics there. That is very important. What are the topics? Topics to be covered, they're extremely important. And from this, get the inspiration that in my life I have to study these texts. This is something that you should learn from, this one thing. And then what is more relevant is this one, the green one, which is the Nalanda Diploma course, 1 year. And again, look at the topics. Look at the topics. That's very important for us to know the topics. And then if you want to do it, do it. If not, it's fine. But keep in mind that in my life, these are things that somehow I have to do. So this will be giving a greater meaning to your life. Okay, this is just for information. This is the information brochure. Okay.
I had to remind you that you didn't explain the words, neither the adjectives that you think of the adjectives.
Okay. This afternoon? Oh. Okay. So we're talking about the Bodhicitta. We see that generally speaking, I'm sure that this is what we have started our retreat on day 1. That what we seek, all of us, what we seek is 2 things: to stay away from miseries, problems, and to embrace happiness more and more. So this is what we're seeking. And with the wisdom of emptiness, just in a way, even on a cursory form, we can see that with the wisdom of emptiness, the fears dissolve. And no matter how how intense the external factors are, that you can keep your mind calm and peaceful. This is extremely the precious You think for us? Okay. So now, usually we do this on day 1, but today we do this only. Today's what? 5th day. Day 5. Okay. Stretch your hands out and do what I'm doing. Okay, tell me what happened. A sound came out. Okay. So this sound is the metaphor for the miseries that we go through. And this sound of the miseries, they necessarily should come into being, come into existence by the 2 hands coming together. You agree with me? Okay, now only 1 hand out. 1 hand out. No sound. Okay. Okay, don't hit somebody. Okay. So here we see that with 1 hand, no sound. However strong, no sound. But with 2 hands, even with the small force, still the sound is erupted. And this sound is a metaphor for all our miseries that we go through. And these miseries that we go through, any miseries, say for example, for no reason. So the morning you get up and for no reason you feel so low, sad, as though the whole world is hopeless, gloomy, dark. Okay, how many experience that at least once in a lifetime? Your sense? How many experience that for no reason you get up and you just start feeling that? Okay, the first time that I felt it very strongly was when I was in school. I must be class 9 or 10, class 9 or 10, and maybe age 15 or 16. There's a time that I felt that I got up and then I started to feel that very low, heavy, sad, as well. Everything's so hopeless everywhere. Even the leaves, they're drooping, even the sun, no sun, right? Even this mic, all these papers coming out. Everything's wrong, right? Everything's wrong. Yeah. Where sometimes everything's beautiful, the paper nice, this is aesthetic. Yeah. If it isn't so proper, too perfection is not good. There should be some aesthetics. It's nice, and the leaves are beautifully drooping down. It's amazing, right? So look how things are seen very differently through your eyes. So where you feel the pain, what is happening is that the 2 hands are coming into being. 1 hand symbolizing external factors, and the other hand is symbolizing internal factors. But the 2 hands coming together, invariably your pain arises. So when the pain arises, keep in mind that there are 2 things operating, external factors and internal factors. Okay. How many good at mathematics? Raise hands. How many are good at mathematics? Raise hands. Okay, seems I'm not. Okay, how many you are? Okay, 1. How many are not good at mathematics? Raise hands. And how many you are good at calculating the money? 10 rupees, 20 rupees, 100 rupees, right? That's no problem. Raise hands. Okay, so let us do a calculation. Mathematical calculation. You're getting it? Ready? Let's do the calculation. And I promise not to keep the number too big. Less than 6. It's fine? And that too not multiplication division. No multiplication division, only plus and minus. Ready? We can do it? Okay, good. Now do the calculation and tell me that give me an answer only when I ask you what is the answer. Till that point, do the calculation mentally, not verbally. You can do that? Good. Okay. 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 2 plus 1 plus 2 minus 1 minus 2. What's the answer? What's the answer? That's amazing. Okay. For some who are good in mathematics, they're also noting down the numbers. Don't note down numbers, do it mentally. Ready now? Okay, let's do it again. The numbers may alter, but lesson 6. Same, plus minus, not multiplication divisions. Ready? 2 plus 3 plus 3 minus 1 plus 2 plus 3 minus 1 plus 2 plus 3 minus 1 plus 2. What's the answer? What's the answer? Okay, tell me. Why did you give me a correct answer during the first time? And why you cannot give the answer in the second case? Just raise your hand. Raise your hands. Okay, here, why?
Because it was hard to understand the second time.
So why?
Because you didn't really articulate and you spoke really fast.
Okay, so because I said it so fast. What's your name? Ludit. Okay, how many agree with Ludit that I said it so fast? Raise hands. Raise hands. Okay. So keep in mind that I said it fast. You're right. But your brain works slow. Right? You do not blame your brain. You blame me. Me saying fast, that is external factor. Your brain working slow is your internal factor. These two come together, then no answer came out. You're getting it? Sound of the no answer came out. Okay. So this poses two factors, external factors, internal factors, but our mind is so addicted to look for the external factors, not look for the internal factors. You're getting it? And don't feel shy to say that, yes, I'm so addicted to looking at external factors. Don't feel shy. If by looking at external factors, blaming the external factors, if your misery becomes zero, that is your spirituality. You getting it? That is your spiritual path. If by blaming external factors, and if your misery, by blaming external factors and your misery becomes zero, that is your spiritual path. Whereas, how many such external factors are there? Tell me. Infinite external factors are there. It's not just 1, 10, 20. You getting it? So, blaming the external factors and expecting all the external factors to come to zero, it is an optical delusion. It's a delusion. Delusion. So therefore, we are trying to, blame somebody. We are trying to blame the external factors, expecting that your misery will become zero. But the reality is that this is deception. This is self-deception. Blaming external factors will never happen. They will never make the external factors to become zero. So your miseries will continue. So the wiser people, what they do is that, yes, external factors are there, but internal factors are there. Of the two hands, external factors are too strong. But if the internal factors pull down, no sound of the misery stops. Finally, it's not the external factor, internal factor. It is the sound of misery. You don't want the misery. So whatever you do that so that the misery becomes zero. So wise people will look towards the internal factors, knowing the external factors, the innumerable number, and it's impossible that we can get rid of the external factors completely. And wise people, to get rid of all the miseries and to get rid of the internal factors, they will turn towards the internal factors. So how many internal factors are there? Just two. One is ignorance, self-grasping ignorance, and the other one is self-centered attitude. That's it. These two things. Whereas external factors, they're innumerable in number. So from this, what we can deduce, what we can conclude is that those people who primarily look for external factors to blame, they are the ordinary beings. And those people who primarily look for the internal factors to blame and to get it off, these are the noble beings. These are the evolved beings. And it's not that, okay, yes, that's very true. I've been always looking for blaming external factors, right? I'm an ordinary being. Even being, the fact that we are ordinary beings is also dependently originated. Dependently originated. By removing the factors dependent upon which we become ordinary beings, we can get rid of ourselves from being ordinary beings, and instead will be promoted as evolved beings. So what are the factors which make us ordinary? What are the factors dependent upon which we originate as ordinary beings? By always blaming external factors, but not looking for by not looking at the internal factors. You're getting it? Now, if you learn how to look for the internal factors, gradually you are upgrading yourself from being ordinary to the noble beings. This is how we have to upgrade ourselves. Upgrade ourselves from the very suffering, miserable ordinary beings to the enlightened noble beings, the state of noble beings. Okay, this is what we should be doing. So the internal factors, how many internal factors are there? Self-grasping ignorance and self-centered attitude. And these two come together, then they give rise to all the offshoots in the form of anger, attachment, jealousy, craving, fear, anxiety, depression, and so forth. But at the same time, I should also tell you that somebody who is going through depression doesn't mean that the person has the more intense self-grasping, self-centered attitude. This is not a connotation. Because it depends on external factors. Internal factors are always there with us. Where the external factor is less, then sound is less. With the same internal factor, external factor is stronger, sound is more. So with external factors more intense, say you lost your near and dear ones, and you are left alone, and people are abusing you, all these nasty external factors you meet with, naturally anybody, where you have the internal factors, anybody can go deep into depression. Simply because somebody has a deeper depression doesn't mean that you have less self-grasping ignorance and others have more self-grasping ignorance. This is not a connotation. So this should not be interpreted like this. So when we learn these things, always use them as a mirror to look at yourself. Don't use these things as tools to judge on others. You're getting it? And judging on others, that is again your own internal factors, creating internal factors of when you say the mothers, generally speaking, the mothers, they don't judge their children. Generally speaking. The mothers, they know the drawbacks of the children, their weaknesses, but they never judge the children on that basis. Why? Because of the love. When you have love and affection, then the person doesn't judge the other side. Whereas if you don't have the love and affection, instantly you will just scan through so fast. And on that basis, okay, this is just an ordinary person, this is just a simple person, this is, this poor person, this is no courtesy, no protocol, no this, no that, and so forth. Being so judgmental. Whereas if you feel this love and affection, you can scan. Sometimes the mothers are so expert in scanning. The child comes from the school, they instantly scan the child so fast, but they will never judge. They will rectify, they fix you, they solve a problem, but they will not judge you. And you can feel somebody is judging you or not very easily. You feel uneasiness in the presence of the other person. You can feel that. That's the indication of the person does not have feeling of affection towards you. Okay, so now what should we do is that finally, again, this is not the case that you should be loving, don't be selfish, be kind. No. For your own benefit, be kind. Right? Not for others. And then later on, as you become more and more evolved, you come to realize that, wow, that's amazing. To be the greatest, to be really selfish is to help others, to cherish others. This is the wisest way to be selfish. And then at that point, you see that working for yourself equals working for others. The best way to work for yourself is to work for others. Sacrifice yourself. That is the best way to take care of yourself. This is what you will realize when you reach to a certain level of practice of compassion. That's amazing. So at that point, you will never feel burnout. Where if you practice compassion without the understanding that by being compassionate, I receive the maximum benefit. If you don't realize this, you will easily fall prey to burnout. Right? So the mothers, generally speaking, mothers don't feel burnout after taking care of you for all these years, many years, days, nights. They don't feel burnout. Whereas if a nurse is to take care of you, although they're paid, but it's not paid, it's for free. And yet the nurse being paid, if she has to work for you, days and nights, she'll feel burnout within 1 week. You know your character? Right? Right? But the mother will never feel burnout. It's all because of this love. What do you want? You want to feel burnout easily or not burn out easily? Not burn out easily. If that was the secret of that, not big money. It's a love. It's a love. Love and affection. In fact, one time, I remember, it's very funny. That was the time, the young ones, you don't have this, you will not even have any clue of that. When I was 21 or 22, almost like 34 years ago, when many of you are not born then, that was the time when in Dharamsala, Institute of Buddhist Dialectics, my first institute there, after teaching school, we had the first computer, I think the first computer in Dharamsala, the first computer. And then in those days, there's no professional people to work on computer, no one there. And to create book, to format the book, it was very tedious work because each page, to print out one page, it costs about like 15 rupees. In those days, 15 rupees, today is like, almost like 2,000, 3,000 rupees. Imagine, one page print out is like 2,000 rupees. In those days, very expensive. So, usually if the book, you print out the last copy, the master copy, then if there are errors there, you cannot reprint it. Reprint is very expensive. So what you do is that you type all the mistakes in one page. All the 50, 80, 100 mistakes in 100 pages, you all put them in one page. So that you can print only one page, you cut the small piece and attach there. Very tedious work. We did that. And then we went to, finally, okay, how many are from Sara Resents? 1, 2. Okay, these people no clue that Sara, I was there as the founding member to work there. They have no clue. You know that? Okay. But not voluntarily, reluctantly. My teacher, Venerable Geshe Losang, such a visionary bodhisattva. So what he will say is that the next day is Sunday. The Saturday he will say, Dorji, tomorrow you will come with me. Finish my holiday gone. So this was how it was a barren land. Nothing there, scorching sun. Under scorching sun and nothing there. I was just in my 20s, 21, 22. And then I would feel so, what do you call this English word? There's what is that? Say, showing reluctance, right? Showing reluctance. But my teacher, we have to respect my teacher, obey him. Then he was already in his 60s. And he would just go into I was just under the shade. There was one tree there, neem tree. Neem tree, what is that? No, Amla tree. Amla, is it there still? No? No idea? Okay. There was one amla tree, and I was sitting under the shade, and my teacher was under the direct sun. And he was just telling me, okay, here will be the main temple, here will be the hostel, and whatever my teacher said, he would sometimes, with a stick, he would draw the sketch on the ground. And I have to see what he's writing and the sketching, and I have to put it on the paper. So whatever I did this, then later on coming back to the institute, I have to draft it on the proper graph paper. Huge graph paper I have to draft. And then I have to take it to the proper engineer. And the engineer doesn't have to come on the spot. He will work on my paper. On that basis, then he will draft the architectural designs, engineering works, all these things to be designed on that basis. So why was he saying this? Huh? No, what was he saying? Huh? The first computer, yes. Okay, yes, patience. Okay. So then from there, then I went to Drepung Monastery. In Drepung Monastery, again, what kind of karma, I don't know. Again, I was a part of the library of Drepung Monastery, and they first bought the computer. They bought the first computer in the library. Again, I was involved. And again, their computer is very different. IBD computer is all Apple computer. In those days, very bulky ones, not like today's sleek computers, bulky ones. And then in the Jerusalem, it's not even Apple computer. It was the very crude computer. Your hands are faster, and the computer hangs. Right? Just use that 2-3 times, finish, the computer hangs. Again, you have to take it to 45 minutes driving distance, and then 2 days it will not come. So this was what happened. And then with this, how can I expect to work on a book? And finally, my friend was assigned to make the diary of the monastery, my friend. And he had no clue. Number one, no clue computer, no clue working on the book. At least I have the experience of the work on the book and the computer. So, and if he doesn't work on this, he has to go to do the manual work of the other things. So I was supporting him, I was helping him. Okay, don't worry, you accept it. And the computer the library manager, he was more not too easily giving me assignments. He would take me more seriously. And my friend, he would give all the works. Then I was helping him all the time. And my friend has no clue. This tedious work, cut, paste, cut, paste, cut, paste. He had no clue. And then I could see. Now that is even more complicated, the diary. One side Tibetan, one side English. In this on same page, English, Tibetan. We had no clue how to do that. So what I did, and I was helping him. What I did then, first we print only the English one. Then print only the Tibetan one. Tibetan we keep cutting every number, every date, every day's date, cut all small pieces, and then we took it to the city. Still he had no. There's my friend. He just accompanies me, and he lives in the ignorance's bliss. And then I handed over the work to the expert there in Hubli, and Hubli meaning that small city. The Indian guy who's working this, and he is an employee, he's not an employer. And the employer asked him to do it, and he started doing it. So now he developed all these into films, and films we were cutting all the numbers. Day one, in 1 month, how many? 31 days you have to cut. And how many 31 days into? 12. Cut all this, and then the films, all small. And then in the Tibetan, I would tell him this, the English number 1, this English number 2, and this person was doing it. He's a professional, but doing it. And after about 1 hour, he said that I need a paracetamol. The expert, he said, I need a paracetamol. And before the expert said, I need a paracetamol, my friend, he realized the work. So he said, okay. Okay, why did I share this? Patience. No, why did I share this patience? Okay, so where? So, okay, look, this is the burnout, right? He felt the burnout. My friend felt the burnout before the professional took the paracetamol. Then the professional, he said, no, I can't work anymore. I never worked like this before. So I have a headache, I need to take paracetamol. He took a paracetamol, he lay down. So I have to wait. Yeah. And then I was laughing at my friend. My friend is he said like this. And I said, I already knew that you're going to do this since days ago. I already knew that you're going to do this, right? I did not tell you. Okay. So the point is that the love and affection, the genuine love and affection will make you very courageous and it will never make you feel the burnout. So this love and affection is so precious. And the heightened versions of this love and affection is Bodhicitta. Okay. So I'd like to share this anecdote. This anecdote is something which I read only like the last 4-5 years, not before that. It was a beautiful anecdote about the power of the Bodhicitta, power of the compassion. What happened was that Buddha Shakyamuni was presiding over the congregation, and the king, King Ajatashatru, whose father was extremely a great devotee of the Buddha Shakyamuni, a student of Buddha Shakyamuni, King Bimbisara. And his son, King Bimbisara's son, King Ajatashatru, he was there. And Indra, the king of the god and goddesses, was also there. And then the Aryavajapani was also there. Then Mughaliana. Anybody who has any idea who Mughaliana was? Mughaliana? Buddha's disciple. There are many Buddha's disciples. Anyone? What is so unique about him? Yes. Say it again. There are many Buddhist disciples who have medical powers. Yes? No. Ananda. Okay, the one on the left, one of the most important disciples of the Buddha. So what's the unique thing? Anyone? No. Anyone else? Okay, yes. Photogenic? Memory? I wouldn't say no, but this is not the unique thing. Okay, yes.
He remembered every single one of the Buddhist teachings.
So it's more like photogenic memory. Okay.
I think among the students he was the second highest or second best, and he was tasked with teaching newcomers for after student entry.
Okay, there are many of the Buddhist students who are assigned to teach new students. Okay, Venerable Tibet. Okay, so this is combined together. Hajunla and Venerable Tibet combined together. He is the one who is respected for having the greatest miracle power, the clairvoyance amongst the disciples of the Buddha. So he's depicted on the left side of the Buddha. When you see the Buddha depicted on the two sides, you see the two monks. The one on the left side is Mughaliana, and the one on the right side is Shariputra. Why Shariputra is so important? Why? Anyone? Raise hands. Yes, Pinzoli. Most of the disciples are intelligent. Yes, Thosamling is. Memorization power? I'm not too sure. Anyone else? Yes?
Yeah, he's the founder of Abhidharma.
Oh, founder of Abhidharma. And he did contribute to one of the Abhidharma texts, not the founder. Anybody else? Why he's there? Yes, Tam?
The greatest wisdom of emptiness among the Arhat students.
Okay, close. Anyone else? Very close. Okay, these are things that we need to know. So Shariputra is respected as the most intelligent one among the disciples of the Buddha, meaning amongst the Shravaka disciples, personal liberation seeker disciples. Amongst them, he was respected as one with the greatest intelligence. Okay, so these two are seen as very special. Now, what happened was that in that group, the Buddha Shakyamuni was presiding over the congregation, and who else were there? Hey, huh? Vajrapani was Arya Vajrapani was there. Then Indra was there. King Indra was there. Then King Ajatashatru was there. And Arhat Mugalayana was there. And then all Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, monks, nuns, lay devotees, all were there. Then Arya Vajrapani, usually in many of the Tibetan depictions we see Arya Vajrapani depicted as very wrathful deity with the fire all around. I don't know what is the source of that, but Arya Vajrapani is a great bodhisattva, 10-level bodhisattva, same level as Arya Manjushri, Arya Avalokiteshvara, same level. And he was always with a vajra in his hand. Vajra is the vajra, and then pani is holding. Okay, in the hand, holding the vajra in the hand. Okay. Then the Vajrapani, he's always holding a vajra in his hand. King Ajatashatru, he is particularly, he was very young those days. He was extremely young, and he was known for his physical might. He is known for his physical might. And the King Ajatashatru was so curious. What is that vajra? What is that vajra which Arya Vajrapani is always holding in his hand? What is it like? He is so curious with that. And he just wanted to know what is that like. And the Buddha, through clairvoyance, sensed what is going in King Ajatashatru's mind. Then Buddha asked Arya Vajrapani, would you mind keeping your vajra on my table? So, vajra was kept. Arya Vajrapani kept his vajra on the table. Then the Buddha invited King Ajatashatru. King Ajatashatru, you can pick up this vajra. King Ajatashatru was thrilled. He was so happy that the Buddha read my mind. And Buddha is so kind. And I dare not ask Vajrapani, show me your vajra. So now the Buddha invited me to take his vajra. So King Ajatashatru, known for his physical mind, he very casually started to pick up the vajra. He could not move it. So he tried to move it. He could not move it. Forget about picking it up. He could not even move it. Then he put both his hands to move. He could not move. He gave up. Then he passed to Indra. Indra, who also used his vajra on many occasions, his own vajra. And then he said, please, you pick this up. And Indra, again, he thought that vajra is what I always use. And he casually picked this up. He could not pick it up. Again, he moved with both hands, he could not. Then he gave up and he passed it to Mugliana. And Mugliana is known for miracle powers. So Mugliana, he started to move it, he could not move it. And then what he did, again he went to the Samadhi. So the miracle power, they are usually related to your meditative Samadhi. Went to Samadhi to invoke the power more strongly. And again, he tried to move it, he could not move it. So he gave up and he turned towards the Buddha and he shed tears, saying that, Venerable Tathagata, now I have my miracle power has diminished. And the Buddha said, your miracle power has not diminished. This Vajra, for somebody to move this Vajra, you should have the power of the Bodhicitta. If you don't have the Bodhicitta, nobody can move this. Forget about picking this up. Nobody can move this. So, the Buddha invited Vajrapani. Vajrapani picked this up. And Vajrapani, just with the thumb and the forefinger, picked this up, threw this in the air, like a small toy. And King Ajatashatru was so fascinated. King Ajatashatru, because he had an air of being the mightiest person on the earth. He's known for his physical might. And he was so humbled by seeing how what he could not move, Vajrapani was playing with it, like a small toy. Then he turned towards the Buddha. King Ajatashatru turned towards the Buddha and asked, how come the Tathagata Buddha, how come that Vajrapani is able to move it like a small toy, where we cannot even move it? And the Buddha said that for somebody to move this, you want the Bodhicitta realization must be extremely high level. And King Ajatashatru was so curious and asked the Buddha as to what are the conditions, what are the courses required for somebody to attain this strength which Vajrapani has to move to play with this Vajra, where others cannot even move. So what kind of conditions, the courses are required? Then Buddha gave the list of 10 virtues. 10 virtues primarily is the practice of bodhicitta, and respecting your parents, respecting the sick people, helping the sick people, and so forth. The list of 10 virtues were indicated by the Buddha, all related to practice of compassion. Okay, this one thing. So with this, the bodhicitta, this is so precious, so precious. And we might get as we read in the mornings, that may my mind be directed towards the Dharma, and may my Dharma practice be on the proper path, and may my path, what's the third one? May my path be freed of the flaws. May the flaws be seen in the light of exalted wisdom. You getting it? So, may my path be freed of the flaws, meaning that when I follow the path, that I can be taken to the wrong path, flawed path, like saying that single point of meditation, this will take you to Buddhahood. No Bodhicitta, no wisdom meditation is required. Now recently when I was in, I was in Italy, I met somebody who is doing Nalanda diploma course. And he said that there was somebody who was dissuading other people from studying and the practice of bodhicitta. Dissuading, saying that I'm not going to mention what the practice says, saying that you do this practice, you will become enlightened. Bodhicitta, these things are just waste of your time. Such a wrong direction, misleading many others, misleading yourself, and misleading many people. And then this gentleman who is doing this diploma course, then he said that without bodhicitta, how can you become Buddha? Buddha means you should have initially when you are on the bodhisattva level, you should have the bodhicitta. May I become Buddha for the benefit of sentient. Without this, how can you be a Bodhisattva in the first place? Without being a Bodhisattva, how can you attain Buddhahood? So the person said that it doesn't matter, just practice. I'm not going to mention this name. Just practice this, and you, without bodhicitta, your mental defilements will go away. When the mental defilements go away, bodhicitta automatically will arise. Just living in the world of illusion. Right? Living in the world of illusion. Okay, so this is very unfortunate thing. So whereas we need to have a very holistic picture of what the Dharma is. So minimum of what we learned is that there should be 4 things. If you have these 4 things, you can go to any standard authentic traditions, Sakya, Kakyu, Nyingma, Gelu, Theravada, Chinese tradition, Tibetan tradition. It doesn't matter as long as you have these 4 things. What are the 4 things? Single point of meditation, renunciation, bodhicitta, and a wisdom of emptiness. As long as you have these 4 things, you can go anywhere. And all the standard teachers anywhere, they'll be so happy to see that you are the one who really have the complete comprehensive path. This is so important. Whereas if you meet with, what is that? This English person. Okay. What is that? The half vessel? Empty vessel? Makes the most noise. Then half vessel? Okay. See, in other words, if you meet with some people only half cooked, half baked bread, all right, they will also make you half baked bread. You're getting it? You should make sure that you are not swayed by those people who just take you partially. You should influence them, not that you be influenced by others. You're getting it? This is so important for yourself and for others. Okay. But this, what we're saying is that what are the 2 internal factors which we need to think of getting rid of? What are the 2 internal factors? Self-grasping ignorance, self-centered attitude. So just in a very cursory form, tell me, what should you do to get into the self-grasping ignorance? The wisdom of emptiness. Cultivate the wisdom of emptiness. And what will you do to get into the self-centered attitude? Practice the compassion, practice love and affection. And the heightened version of which is bodhicitta, practice bodhicitta, right? Okay. Now the point is, bodhicitta means to take care of others, right? To take care of others. So what we feel is that if you begin with this, oh, we have to practice bodhicitta, we have to practice others, don't be selfish. It's shameful to be selfish. If you begin like this, and this is not a very stable start. It's not a stable practice. It's not going to be a stable practice. It's going to make you go into burnout situation very soon. So, the question is, say, what for have you come for the Dharma? What for? Don't forget this. What for? To get rid of miseries and, if possible, to expand your happiness. You're getting it? Begin from there, right? Don't make the Dharma means very, very boring. Don't be selfish. Oh yeah, I'm very selfish, right? Don't be selfish. You are very selfish. Oh yeah, sorry. This is not Dharma. Dharma means begin from, I came here to Dharma that I expect the fearlessness, or mitigate the power of the miseries, to lessen my miseries, and to expand my happiness. You're getting it? Start from there. Don't be embarrassed. Don't be shy. This is reality, how we begin. How many of you cried when day one you were born on this earth? How many cried? How many of you must have cried? You will not remember that, but inferentially, how many of you must have cried day when you were born? Right? How many are not sure? Raise hands. If you're not sure, 100% somebody slapped you to make you breathe. You're getting it? And why did you cry? What must be the reason that you cried? Is it because that the other baby is not being fed? Right? Or the other baby must be feeling cold? Right? Please help that baby. Or I'm feeling cold. Or somebody slapped me. I'm hungry. This is the selfishness. We are born with the selfishness. And we see ourselves as so object real with the self-grasping ignorance, self-centered. Don't be shy. These are the traits that we carry with us. So begin from there. Begin from there. And then improve yourself. Go for the progress. Right? Begin from there. So it says the Buddha uses the spear of the ego to kill ego. You're getting it? So we have to begin from there. Okay, now, what do you want? You want happiness. You want to get rid of miseries. Getting rid of miseries more related to the wisdom, emptiness, and of course with compassion also. But let's say happiness. Let's say, I want the happiness. Okay. How many of you had some moments in your life, extremely beautiful moments, genuinely beautiful moments, raise hands, in your life? Okay, if you want to share what that moment is, very quick. Anyone? Raise hands. Yes.
I went to where I saw the mountains. It was very beautiful and full of serenity. And that was
Okay. So when was that?
2012.
2012. You see which mountain?
Karakoram Range.
Karakoram Range, beautiful mountain. There's such a serene feeling coming. Very good. Anyone else who likes to share experience? You want to share?
Generally, I like music, lovely music, and I'm in a train, and I see everyone as like brothers and sisters, and it's very for me.
Yes, you play music. Some of the music can really make you somewhere inside to move like this. It's beautiful. Amazing. Yes, I agree. Anyone else? Yes.
Is when I give up to my son, the moments when I see him for the very first time, I feel so happy.
The one, what's your name? Algier. Haizie. Haizie. Okay. Haizie, don't forget what your mother is saying. Okay. Ceiling, say it again.
When I give up to him, but the nurse bring him to me. The moment I see him, I feel so happy.
Okay. The moment Ceiling see Haizie, the one old, she felt so happy that she couldn't control her tears. Hey, Haizie, don't forget it. Don't be naughty. Right? Okay, who is that Haizie? Who is that Haizie? Raise hands. Who is that? All those who are Haizie, raise hands. All those who are Haizie, raise hands. If for one or two people, otherwise all of us, each one of us, we have been this Haizie. You're getting it? When you're born in your mother's eyes, you are so precious. Don't forget it. Don't forget it. Don't forget it. Insela, don't forget it. You're getting it? Don't trouble your parents. Right? Let us not trouble our parents. In today, imagine you are already in your 20s, or Insel, you are 18. Say, Haizie, you are 15, 16. Others? Anyone in teenage? Anyone? Okay. Physics master? 19. Okay, 19. MTech master? Our master in what? MTech master? Huh? Okay, now doing MTech. Completed BTech. Yeah, now joining MTech. There's MTech. Okay. So what I'm saying is that remember those moments. In fact, right, when you listen to the music, when you see the beautiful mountain ranges, when you see the ocean, serene ocean, right? Serene ocean, there's a dance happening in your mind. Somewhere inside, some movement, very pleasant movement is happening. But comparing that with the mother's love, there's no comparison with the mother's love. The dance of the mother's love is extremely better. Nothing can compare with this. You're getting it? Nothing can compare with this. And today, if you somehow discover, if you meet somebody who demonstrates, let's say, half of the mother's love that the mother gave you, half of that, today suddenly you meet somebody who is genuinely concerned and loving and caring, like, say, even half of what your mother showed you. If you could feel this, you cannot control your tears. You are getting it? You cannot control your tears. And yet we have forgotten that. Yet we have forgotten that. It's not the half, it's the full. We have received. We have forgotten that. Very, very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. We have to remember that. So how to do that? We all have this beautiful seed. How many of you tell me, when you were age 4, 5, 6, 7, less than, let's say, 8 years old, when you were at that age, when you see the prospect of you being separated from the mother for one day, how many of you cried? Raise hands. How many cried? Raise hands. Raise hands. Okay. What made you cry? What made you cry? You could feel the pain. You feel the tremendous pain there to see the prospect of being separated from somebody who loved you the most on this earth. Right? You could feel this pain. So this pain, you don't want this, and it manifests in the form of the outbreak of the tears. Which means that you love your mother so much. But what happened today? It all disappeared. When you reach age 16, 17, 18, 19, it disappeared. Right? It did not disappear. It is there. Only thing is that as you become more and more independent, more and more self-sufficient, then you just take for granted the mother's love, and then the love that you felt once to your mother, so deep, that goes more and more down and not on the surface, not more further and further away from the visibility. It goes down. You're getting it? And now on the surface, then what is this? Mom is always so overprotective, always very complicated, right? When you're vulnerable, in this world, your mother is the safe haven for you. And when you become more self-sufficient, you forget the mother's love. It is actually there within you. But what you need to do is that you need to dig this and make it come on the surface. In fact, this is what happened 2004. And particularly, so the modern education, in fact, if you're not being too careful, it has many side effects. One of which is that the relationship with the mother, the parents and the children, hitting age 16, 17, 18, then the children, they tend to forget the mother's love. This is one of the major setbacks of the modern education. So I was teaching students, MRE students from America. And these students, they come from the one semester to take one semester in Dharamsala. And I was teaching them in the month of But in the year 2004, for 3 months, 1 semester. And the students, there were not many students, I think about like 15 or 16 students there. And all of them, we built a very strong, the friendship or the rapport. And it was the end of the semester. The students, they come to my place and they would have tea with me. And then the students, they come one by one just to bid farewell, saying that now we are leaving. One of the boys told me that we are all now leaving, and particularly there's one girl who has to leave, who will leave 1 week in advance. And I said, why? And he said that because her mother is suffering from cancer, so she has to leave earlier. But the two of them, they don't go along well, the mother and the daughter. Okay. Then the next day, the girl came and said that Genla means sir. It's the very affectionate way of addressing your teacher, sir. In Tibetan, we call it Genla. And Genla, now I have to leave 1 week in advance to America. And I said, okay. And she said, but I don't want to go. And I said, why? I already heard the story. But I said, why? She said, yeah, she was very honest. She said, I don't go along well with my mother. Then I said that, okay, that's fine. I don't know your mother. I don't know who your mother is. But I know you the last 3 months. I know you so well. From looking at you, from knowing you so closely, I can conjecture who your mother is. Look at you. You're a very healthy girl, very educated. Then I told her that I don't know your mother, but I know you so well. From looking at you, a very young, healthy girl, physically very healthy and mentally very well educated. From there, I can conjecture that your mother has already given you the maximum love and affection when you were so vulnerable. Now it is time for you to return the mother's love. Don't expect the mother to give you love now. You have failed to do your duty. The mother has done her duty. Look, you are the proof. You've been a very healthy girl, very educated. This is a proof that your mother did the job. Now you have not done a job. And then she started to cry. And she said, that's very true. Now I realize it. That I failed to do my duty. And she said, but I realize it. But even if I go now, but my mom will not accept me. I said, that's amazing. You have already studied Bodhicitta. You have already studied wisdom of emptiness and so forth. And your mother never studied these things. But she has done a job to give you the maximum love and affection when you needed her love and affection. And now it is your time. You've already learned Bodhicitta, wisdom of emptiness and so forth. Now you should be the one to take the initiative to return the love that you received to the mother, back to her. And she started to cry. And she said, yes, but she will not accept me even if I go there. Then I told her, don't worry, that's amazing. The fact that you have recognized, that you have realized that you have failed to do your duty. Your mother did everything. Now you regret. This is so precious. Now your job is, this is the most important thing, that you have realized it. So you don't have to go in advance. You don't go in advance. What you do is that you send her an email. Better than showing yourself in front of the mother, send an email first. In the email, you should write, acknowledge that it is you who have you apologize. First of all, express your gratitude to your mother for all the love that you received when you needed the mother's love. And now now it is your turn to repay the kindness of the mother. You just tell these to the mother in the email. Yes, she said that later. She said it took her 3 days to write the email. Write one email. She wrote, and after 2 or 3 days after the email sent, she came to me with such joy. She said that, Gela, now I received the reply from my mother. My mother already accepted me. Because that the mother could see that my daughter has changed. My daughter has realized the amount of love that the mother gave to the daughter. Now the daughter is ready to embrace the mother rather than blame the mother. So she went back to America with so much of love, looking forward to meet the mother. And the mother survived for the next, I think, 2 or 3 months. And just imagine that in those 2 or 3 the last months of the mother's survival, the mother every day, every morning she wakes up, she was looking forward to see the face of the daughter. And the daughter, every morning she gets up, she's looking forward to see the face of the mother. There's so much of joy, love and affection between the two mother and the daughter the last few months of the mother. And then all the students, they were to write a short dissertation as a result of the 3 months course, one semester. And she wrote a commentary on Arya Nagarjuna's Precious Garland. And in the dedication, she sent the commentary to me. And the dedication she wrote was very beautiful. She wrote that this book is dedicated to my mother. The mother passed away already. And she said, this work is dedicated to my mother. And then she wrote it as though like she was talking to the mother. She said, thank you so much. You have been the best mother in the world for me. Thank you so much. I forever feel grateful to your kindness. And we will always go together to the Buddhahood. Even in the future lifetimes, we'll be together. This is what she wrote. So beautiful. So these are things that we need to learn. Even though she was so corrosive to the mother once, but deep inside the seed was there. Beautiful seed was there. Only thing was that the seed was distanced more and more from the visibility. So now that when she went back in time, or when I was 15 years old, when I was 10 years old, when I was 5 years old, my mother was the whole world. Without my mother, I could not survive. When she realized that, then the deep imprint that she laid when she was very young, so that imprint came on the surface to make him let him feel the manifestation of her love and affection to the mother. It's so beautiful. Every one of us, if we are more thoughtful, if you go back in time, invariably you will be able to retrieve this love and affection on the surface. It will come to the surface, and you could feel that the moment you see your mother, you will not see that again a problematic person. Instead of that, you will see the mother is so beautiful. Just go back in time. Go back in time, right? Don't think of when you were 18 years old, 20 years old. Think of when you were 5 years old, 4 years old, 3 years old. Particularly, as I said earlier, so look at this boy. Look at this boy. He and his 2 parents and his daughter, his sister, they were in my place for more than 1 month. And I could see every day how the 2 parents were taking care of this boy when he was just about 3 years old. And he would feel sleepy, and he would just, show tantrum to say that my mother should be sleeping with me. And it was just so early, 7 o'clock. But the mother used to lie down with him to give comfort to him. And today, right, I hope this boy is doing good. Right? So this is what we have to remember, the love and affection. And today, if somebody gives you half of this love, you will say that he is Buddha, she's the Buddha. If he or she is a Buddha, then your mother is 2 times the Buddha. You're getting it? We should not forget it. This is so, so important. Okay, Having said this, let us begin by saying that, what do you want? I want the maximum happiness. Okay. If you could remember the moment, say, is it possible, this question, is it possible that I will have the maximum happiness? This question. So for this, we don't have to conjecture, we don't have to listen to a big discourse, big lecture by somebody, right? Just look around, who's happy? Look around. Just listen to the story shared by Xiling, right? What did she say? She said that the most beautiful moment was that when she first saw her one-day-old son. Why she felt so happy? Because of this love and affection. Just imagine if she could expand this love and affection towards all the people of Singapore. Her joy will be multiplied by a few million times. If she could expand it to all the people of the world, it will be multiplied by 8 billion times. It's going to be ecstatic. Experience is going to be terrifically ecstatic. And if you are able to extend this love and affection towards all the sentient beings, how many sentient beings are there? Infinite number of sentient. Infinite joy happens to you. A simple logic. A simple logic. Right? The next question. What's the next question? Wow, that is very sensible, logical. But is it doable? Listen, can I really generate this love and affection towards the infinite beings? Can I really do that? This question. What do you think? Can I really do that? Huh? Can I really do that? This question. Yes? No? Huh?
If you have like infinite bodhicitta,
This is what I'm saying. Can you have the infinite bodhicitta? Can you generate the infinite bodhicitta? This question.
so if you have the infinite bodhicitta, will it not make you like sad?
Okay, so first let it be there. So begin from, this is what I'm saying. Don't conjecture too many things. Don't speculate too many things. Start from the reality. So the ceiling is not a story that I created. She's here. You're getting it? Start from the reality, experiential reality. So from there we see that, wow, this is the amount of the joy that she felt. What's that reason that she felt so much joy to the extent that her tears flowed down to see this child, right? What made him so happy? Because of love she felt. That's it. That's the only reason. That's the only reason. Wow. So if the same person loves 10 people with the same intensity, then that joy will be 10 times, right? If she can expand it to infinite beings, then infinite times the joy. Wow, that's amazing. This is how we have to proceed. This is how we have to work, rather than speculating something. All the speculations come later. You're getting it? Okay, then the next question is doable, this question. Okay, for this matter, the two things. If you look at this amazing love. So in this world, this amazing love, where do you see this amazing love? Again, don't don't listen to big lectures, by the professors, by her lamas, so forth, right? Just look around and see if you can see something, what you call as amazing love. Amazing. Just the mere thought of this would make you feel like crying. Can you think of such love? Where do you see that? Mother and the child. A particular child when the child is 14 years old, when not that the child is like 16 years old, 18 years old, very complicated, right? When the child is 3 years old, 4 years old, 5 years old, the child's love toward the mother is just amazing. And the mother's love towards the child is amazing. This is the best example that we can think of in this universe of what is love. So having said this, tell me, What is the mother's love towards the, how did the mother develop this love towards the child? And how did the child develop love towards the mother? And which of the two is something which is doable in your case towards all the beings? You getting it? If you look at it from this side, then you can see that, oh, it's doable. Okay, let's say the mother's love towards the child is more biological, and other factors also there. But the child's love towards the mother, tell me, right? Jezia? Huh? Haizia, when he was 1 day old, right? Mother was crying. And Haizia, oh mom, thank you so much. Did he embrace the mother like this? Huh? No? The nurse take it away, right? And it's okay for him. There's no difference between the mother and the nurse. For Haizia, there's no difference. But over the span of 3 years' time, 4 years' time, then he could make the distinction between the mother and the nurse. And the mother takes away, it takes him away from the mother. The nurse takes him away from the mother, he will cry. The mother takes him away from the nurse, he's so happy. You're getting it? And he could see the prospect of the mother leaving him for whatever reasons, for a job purpose, for whatever. She has to leave the child behind for 1 day. If you could sense it, he could not control her tears. He could just burst. He explode into tears. You getting it? Why? There's a tremendous love this child feels toward the mother. How many agree with me? Hands. Okay. 99% of the people here, we had the same experience. But today we forgot it. My question to you is, how come that you did not have this love and affection, this intensive love and affection when you were day 1 old? How come that you developed this love and affection over the period of 3 years, 4 years? Anyone? Yes. We received what? We received mother's love. How does this small child know that you are receiving the love from the mother? Anyone? Raise hands. Here.
In the first day, he was always between mother and nurse. As the time passes, the way the mother should love, care, and affection, he could recognize that this is something like that.
So day 1, for the child, there's no difference between mother and nurse. And over the span of time, like 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, he or she could sense that this is a person who gives me total love, affection, care, and so forth. And how does the child sense that you are giving, the mother is giving love and affection, care? Anyone? Yes, the mind develops, but then how do you know? For example, say when you are 3 years old, your mother is investing money for your PhD program. The child does not know, but your mind is developing. So tell me, how does the child know that the mother is giving so much love and affection here?
Because the mother takes care of the child, taking care.
Yes, by depositing money in the bank, PhD program, taking care. Huh? Sense of love that, oh, mother loves me so much, she's depositing money in the bank for my PhD program. How does she sense love? Here, Philip?
Because he survived.
Huh?
Because he survived.
Who?
Child.
The child survived. Okay, I survived because the mother. Okay, Manjari ji.
Because its needs are being met. Because she is mother, she'll have its needs met.
His or her needs are met by the mother. Oh, look at the other boy, look at the other girl, they're having chocolate. The mother comes with the chocolate, right? Then, oh, he's bullying me. Mother said, just take it away. Free from, somebody bullying you. Mother takes it away. Don't worry, I'm there. Right?
all the child could understand as, what the child doesn't want, mother takes you away from that problem. What you want, the mother gives you that. There's one person who's always there. What you want, there's one person who's always there, right? And when you don't want suffering, again, the person comes to keep it away from you. So this is how, in other words, do you agree with me? That the child, in his or her own capacity, comes to know that this person, what you later call as a mother, is a source of your benefit. You getting it? To articulate it, the child comes to develop that, comes to realize that the mother is the source of my benefit. All the benefit that I want, simple things, not sophisticated PhD program and so forth, but all the benefit that I'm seeking, I get from this person, my mother. This is how your mind feels close to the mother. You're getting it? Okay, look, this English word, this English word, feeling close to. What do you mean by I feel close to him? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? I feel close to him, which means I feel the affection towards this person. Right? Do you agree with me? The Tibetan word is sempai nyebo. Nyebo means close. This is a beautiful word. In Hindi, any such word? Feeling close to. In Hindi?
Kareeb.
Huh?
Kareeb.
Kareeb. What is Kareeb?
Kareeb.
Feeling close. Huh?
Kareeb.
Kareeb. Kareem. Kareeb. You feel close. I feel close to my mother. Okay, good. So I think most of the culture, most of the language, they have this word, feeling close to. Feeling close to, when do you feel close to the object? When the object is beneficial or not beneficial? When the beneficial, then the mind pulls the person closer to this object. Right? This was what I was observing once I was in South India. I know one person, one of my friends there, and his little daughter. Whenever I go to see him, I make sure that I take some chocolates for this little girl, his daughter. And it was a public teaching happening. And my friend brought the daughter there. And the daughter, seeing me, couldn't see chocolate. But she's very smart. She doesn't want to beg, right? She doesn't want to beg. So she just pretended as though she was, the playing, coming here, coming there, and closer to me, right? And if I say, come, she run away. Why she's coming closer? Because of the chocolate. She likes this. So what you like, you're being pulled closer. This is the meaning of feeling close. Feeling close is what is meant by feeling affection, love. You're getting it? Okay. So when do you feel? How does this child develop this love towards the mother? Because of seeing the mother as a source of benefit. But for us to see all the beings the way the mother sees a child, it is a little difficult because it is biological and many factors involved there. My child, biological, and the child is very tender, vulnerable, all combined together. The love just simply exudes. So we can't imagine emulating the mother's love towards all the beings. But the child's love, we can emulate, we can learn. Because the child developed this love towards the mother through sheer seeing the mother as a source of benefit. Now, if we learn how to see all the beings as a source of benefit, our mind will feel close to all the beings, yes? So now, wow, that's amazing, the realistic approach, where if I can see all the beings as a source of benefit, then my mind will automatically feel close to them, right? Okay, if that is possible, answer is yes. So, Charles Darwin's evolutionary theory says that no, it is not possible. You cannot feel love and affection towards all the beings. It's not possible. Because we have the
instinctive emotions. Attachment, anger, jealousy, fear. These are all instincts of the human beings. Instincts. Instincts which we developed, which we are gifted by the evolution, human evolution. These are the instincts given to us by the human evolution for our survival of the fittest. Without these emotions, we cannot survive. So these emotions help us survive. This is what Charles Darwin's evolutionary theory says. So therefore, we cannot get away from anger. We cannot get away from fear and so forth. Whereas the Buddha's approach is very different. We can't get rid of these. Are these instincts? Yes, these are instincts. Even the instincts can be changed. But Charles Darwin said, no, instincts cannot be changed. And the Buddha said, yes, instincts can be changed. Look at the small child. The small child is born without love to the child, without any love to the mother. But over time, within the span of 2-3 years' time, the child develops such an intense love. Why? Seeing the mother as a source of benefit. If we can see all the beings as a source of benefit, we will equally feel loving towards all the beings with no anger. Anger dropped. We can get rid of anger altogether. So the question is, how can we see all beings as a source of benefit? This next question. Okay, we'll stop here. Om Gade Gade Paragate Parasam Gate Bodhisvatyata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasam Gate Bodhisvatyata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasam Gate Bodhisvatyata